guys, welcome back to my channel. So welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I am Pikachu today. I was inspired by Pokemon Go. As you all know from my last video, I said that I was obsessed with Pokemon Go and I've been constantly playing it even since then. And I have not caught a Pikachu, unfortunately, but I really want to. Instead, I created this. If you're also playing Pokemon Go, I'd like to know what level you are and what is your highest Pokemon, and we can get talking about it in the comment section. I'm currently a level 14 and my highest Pokemon is an 813 Magmar, and I've also got a Vaporeon, which is really good, but it's not a very good one. It's only 657. So if you would like to see me do this transformation, then just keep on watching. So I'm starting off by moisturising the skin using Simple Kind to Skin Hydrating Light Moisturiser, and I'm just applying this all over where I'm going to be putting the paint, and it'll help the paint go on a lot smoother and it'll help us take the paint off without it staining the skin later on. Then I'm taking some rubbing alcohol. This is the Skin Illustrator activator for alcohol based paints, but I'm just using this to remove any oils from the brows before we start to block them. So for blocking the eyebrows out, I'm going back against the grain of the hair and then laying the brows down flat with the grain of the hair and smoothing that over with my finger to make sure there's no ridges there. And then I'm cleaning this up with some water on a damp tissue. And then I'm taking tweezers with some more of that washable glue stick, and I'm just spreading this across the brow to furthermore get rid of any ridges that might be there, because we don't want that showing through the paint. So then I'm setting that with RCMA No Colour Powder just on a disposable makeup sponge. Make sure you don't use a sponge that you'd want to keep, like a beauty blender or anything. And then I'm just dusting that off after I've let it sit for a few minutes. And again, I'm just cleaning that off with some water on a Q-tip. And the glue you're using must be washable or it's going to rip your hairs out of your eyebrows. So for actually covering the colour of the brows, I'm starting off with L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation just to give a nice matte base and stop any of the products that we're going to apply from budging later on. So then I'm taking my Makeup Forever HD stick, and these are both in my skin tone, which I usually wear. And I'm just coating the brows fully in that until you can't see any of the brow through. And I'm just blending the edges out so that it seamlessly blends into the rest of the face and it doesn't have any harsh or distinguishable edges. So then I'm setting that with that same No Colour Powder on the makeup sponge, and I'm applying a lot more this time than we did last time over the glue, because we want this to be fully set and not budge at all under the paint which we're going to apply later. And when you're applying this powder, you want to use dabbing motions and just press the powder into the skin and not rub it, or the product is going to move off and you will be able to see the brows. But I'm just going over that multiple times and then letting that sit for a bit and brushing it off gently, but again be careful not to disturb the product. Taking Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Demolition, and then I'm using this reference photo that I photoshopped onto my face so I could tell exactly where I was going to place the lines. I'm just outlining the shape of Pikachu's face. So when you're doing this, you want to have a very light hand and just be careful where you're putting the lines so that they're easier to remove if you do actually make a mistake. I did my lines a bit too dark possibly, and I did make a few mistakes when I was doing the eyes. The eyes are the most tricky area. And then I'm doing the mouth, and this is one of those things where it only looks good from a certain angle from front on. As you can see, when you're looking down, you can't really tell that it is the mouth shape. And when I look up, you can see that it all comes together and looks right from the front. So now onto the eyes, which is the trickiest part, and I did speed this up quite a bit and edit out a lot of footage because I ended up changing the eye shape multiple times because I wasn't happy with it or it didn't look right from the angle that I wanted it to be. And then once I've done that and got the shape that I wanted, I'm just creating a smaller circle for the highlight on the eye, and again this is kind of tricky and you have to make it circular. I'm using this Mehron Paradise Aqua Paints palette, and I'm taking the yellow colour, and I actually went through a ton of yellow. I hit pan in a day, and that is ridiculous because I went through so much paint. I've used almost all of the paint from just doing this one tutorial. But anyway, I found these paints very good, but apart from the yellow one, which I found quite streaky and see-through. However, I did speak to someone on Instagram who does body painting predominantly on their Instagram page, and he said that his is very matte and opaque, so I don't know, maybe I just got a bad batch or something, but I'll have to order another and I'll let you guys know how it is. So I found these paints on Amazon, and I also found the brushes. It was a pack of 5 square tipped brushes like these ones I'm using right now, which range in size from big to small, and these were only £5 for 5 brushes, which is very good. And these were by Royal and Langnickel if you're interested in getting them, and these are actually paint brushes, not actual makeup brushes, but they work just as well. I'm then taking the red colour from that palette, and on a smaller brush I'm just filling in Pikachu's cheeks. So now on to the tricky part, which is the eyes that I'm filling in with the black paint from that palette. This is really hard to do because your eyes are constantly moving and you're blinking all the time, and there's a lot of creases on them, so you have to keep your eyes looking down the majority of the time while you're doing this step, and just be very careful not to move or open your eyes when the paint is still wet, and wait until that's fully dry until you move on to the next step, which is adding white. And to get that circular shape, I'm using the end of a Q-tip, and I'm just dabbing that right on that dot. And you have to be very careful again not to blink, or this white will print a lot and the black will mix in with it and it'll go all grey like mine did multiple times, which I had to keep redoing it. But anyway, I'm then moving on to the mouth, and I'm just tracing over the lines that we made earlier with some black paint. So I then mixed up the yellow and the brown paint from the palette on the back of my hand, and I'm creating that crescent half moon shape on the Pikachu's chin. Then taking a small brush from that set that I got, and I'm just outlining all of the edges of the face. So I'm doing the outside of the face and also around the cheeks. So once I've got those outlines down, I'm filling anything that is not Pikachu, so any of my skin that's showing around the actual face. I'm filling that all in with some black paint, and I'm making sure to cover all of my neck, right round the back, which was very difficult to get off, and in my ears, which is still there the next morning after, and it will not come out. It's so hard to get out. But anyway, I'm just making sure to fill all the way up to the hairline and feathering it in the hair. And again, that is very difficult to get out because it gets stuck in your hair, it will not come out. So once you've got all that black paint on and you look very scary, you're ready to put the cardboard bits of the body and the ears on, and then you're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you liked it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, check out my other videos and subscribe to my channel, and leave in the comments if you have any suggestions about anything you'd like to see in the future. Share this video with your friends if any of them are playing Pokemon Go or just like Pokemon or just want to see this, whatever really. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye. My teeth look so white. Got a little fan because it's too hot. Ah, my ear fell! Oh my god, some Pokemon just popped up, I'm sorry. It's only a Pidgey. I keep getting black paint in my teeth.